What is up, everybody? It's your boys back again with another episode of Franchise Tag Fantasy Football Podcast. Today we are covering the divisional breakdown of the NFC North. As always, please be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you guys think of today's episode down in the comments below. How's everybody doing? I know we're
great, but
thrilled to be here.
Before we keep going, please make sure you guys check out our partners over at fantasyfootballadviceforum.com. They're doing some great things over there. We're in there talking, chatting it up. So make sure you check them out, please.
Yeah, go give it a look-sees. Maybe Ray can put a link in the description.
Maybe, but that's a tough ask.
It's tough to do Control-C and make it work.
Tough ask.
All right, guys. As always, we're covering, like I said, the NFC North. We will start with the Chicago Bears. Their win total is set to 7.5. I'm taking the under on the Chicago Bears based upon the other win total set in the NFC North.
It's tough. It's tough for me to take the under just because I believe in Justin Fields so much. I believe that they've upgraded their roster. They have become a better team. I think that the Packers might finish last, but I'm not sure yet. Or the Vikings. I don't know, because the Vikings lost a lot of guys. Who knows? But I do like the moves that the Bears have made. I have them a little over 7 wins.
So 8?
I would have them at 8, yes. a little over.
A little. Yeah, I have them over as well. I think they're an 8. I think they're an 8 and 9 win team. 8 win, so 8 and 9 is the record I see them at. This team did a complete total rehaul. They obviously got a king's ransom for the first overall pick, and that was DJ Moore. They invested in their draft with their first round pick being the biggest O lineman in the draft, which is Darnell Wright out of Tennessee. So this helps Fields in the rushing game. You know, going through each of the players and where they're going in this draft, it's kind of hard to find value, so to speak. Justin Fields is going at pick 55, so that's the middle of the fourth. I'm not saying he's not worth drafting there, but you need him to basically repeat what he did rushing wise from last season. And I can see him leaning on throwing more this upcoming season. DJ Moore is going right behind him at pick 48, so you've got to make the argument for the value, but I just don't think it's worth it to be your wide receiver 2. He's more of a flex play for me. So right now, as it sits, late June, Deontay Foreman is the RB1 on this team. He's going at pick 136, which is in the 11th round, so getting the RB1 for a team in the 11th round is crazy value. My only concern is obviously Fields takes away the rushing from the red zone, and I also know that, will he be the RB1 when it comes week 1, or will it be the rookie Roschon Johnson?
I think, for this team specifically, Roschon Johnson is a great value pick. Foreman's a great value pick, and Darnell Mooney is also another value pick.
I like Darnell Mooney as that deep shot right there, especially in those 16-man leagues. We
Post hype sleeper.
Yeah, those 69 man teams, those 16-man teams. They might as well have 69 people in there. Who cares? Everybody's on the roster. But I like DJ Moore. I like him. Not as a value pick though, and I think you guys hit it on the head. Not as a value pick. You're drafting him at ADP. You're drafting him at price. And right now, the Bears don't really have, outside of I think Deontay Foreman, anybody that I would consider a value pick. If you're saying the word,
Mm-hmm. Okay. I agree. All right, guys. Up next, we have the Green Bay Packers. Their win total is also 7.5 wins. It feels like we just talked about this, but my value.
We did.
My value pick here is definitely going to be Aaron Jones in this one. Everyone's leaving him for dead. You don't have to pay the high premium of the back end of the first up to middle of the second like you have been. He's dropped about RB15 off the board, which is around middle of the third now. That 3-4 turn where everyone's considering used to be the RB dead zone, but now you've got like Aaron Jones, Najee Harris, J.K. Dobbins, Miles Sanders, all kind of clustered in there. So if you were to go top tier wide receiver, tight end, you could start off your running back core with a better value pick of Aaron Jones, if we're saying value.
Yeah, and to complement what you were saying, or maybe not, or just go off of what you were saying, I think the Packers could have a 9-win season. I don't know if I believe it yet. I don't know. We're supposed to have a good defense. We're supposed to have this young receiving core. Jordan Love's supposed to be this. It's a lot of supposed tos.
I hate when we're supposed to have a good defense.
I am tired of hearing it. I'm sick and tired of hearing it. But I would say if you're going to use a value pick, if you're trying to find some value from this roster, Romeo Dobbs seems to fit that role perfectly. He's going out the 160th player off the board. We talked about it a little bit ago, but should be falling around round 12 to 14. And I think that's pretty good value for somebody that could end up being a viable flex. I don't necessarily think that it's going to be Christian Watson as a value receiver. I do think that he returns value if you drafted him in the 4th or 5th where he's going right now, but I don't know. Like, it just kind of feels a little icky to
Christian
take.
Watson to me, sorry to cut you off. Christian Watson to me is the DJ Moore version, or the Green Bay Packers version of DJ Moore in Chicago. You're drafting him at the ADP, which is basically going to be his ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
For me, this team, I see him an 8-win team. I see him again as 8-9. I see both Bears and you guys being 8 wins, 9 losses. I mean, it's going to start over. Jordan Love's taking over. It's a new chapter for you guys. You guys obviously traded away Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. And yet again, you spent your first round pick on another defensive player, which left you guys angry because you obviously all wanted JSN. This team is going to be under, it's a rebuild, and Jordan Love's going to be the guy to see if it's worth it or not. And so going through you guys' team, you guys talked about a lot, and I agree with you, Aaron. I think the value pick is Aaron Jones. I think he can, if you go wide receiver first and you leave him to be your running back 1, I think it's a pretty solid strategy because it's not out of the realm for him to be the RB12 if you finish that way.
He's finished as RB1 every year that he's been the starter in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And if everyone recalls, what was that, 2019, 2018, the free Aaron Jones season?
Yeah.
I will want to piggyback off of that and just say, like, if there was ever a season that the Packers needed Aaron Jones and they needed something from him, this is it. This is the season. You can say he's not a rookie, sure, because he's not. Technically. This is his rookie season. This is it. This is his rookie debut.
I agree.
If there was going to be one player that it was absolutely necessary to get involved every play that you had, it's Aaron Jones.
All 11 on defense and Aaron Jones.
Yeah, the whole defense, Keyshawn Nixon and Aaron Jones.
Probably most of special teams too. So we'll say about 32 players need to get their shit together.
Yeah, but that's crazy, right? Or maybe just a coach, maybe a defensive coach that maybe shouldn't have been hired. I'm not keeping track.
If you have 8 first-round draft picks on defense and you can't be better than the 27th overall defense, then we got issues. Anyways, that's enough of the whole Packers thing. Next up, we have the Detroit Lions. We have the Detroit Lions, and they are favored to win this division by Vegas. They are at 9.5 over/under.
I have the under.
I think I'm taking the under on.
I have the over
as well. What do you think? They get 11, right?
At least to 10. At least
10 to 11. So just
11
above.
11 feels a little spicy, but 10 because I think they're the best team in the division.
Okay.
Yeah, this team took a seriously progression, and now they're favored to win this division. They made some nice additions this offseason through free agency and the draft, which they signed David Montgomery. They drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, and they also took Sam Laporta at a tight end from Iowa, which is the new tight end university. They traded away DeAndre Swift, so that backfield is now solidified with just being Montgomery and Gibbs. I think this draft, the Lions players are all at a decent value. I like Amon-Ra heading into the season. He's going at pick 19-20, which isn't a ton of value, but I feel he's the last one of the receivers before it starts at the wide receiver 2 area, and Higgins, DK, Debo, etc. And I also like Jared Goff of a value. He's going at QB position. He's going to pick 133, so he's that last tier of the QB1.
Yep. I really like Jahmyr Gibbs. I really think that you could have an opportunity to get him to fall maybe in the 4th round. I know he's going to the beginning to the 3rd, but maybe he slips down to the 4th. If he's in the 4th, that's great value. I think you could really set up your roster looking real nice, having Jahmyr Gibbs as possibly your RB2. And his ceiling is through the roof. They drafted him super high for a reason. They ain't going to sit him on the bench behind David Montgomery. That ain't going to happen. I don't believe it.
I think David Montgomery gets a lot of the goal line work, just like last year, how Jamal Williams did.
Jamal Williams, yep.
So, but yeah, outside of Jared Goff, Amon-Ra, Jahmyr Gibbs, and David Montgomery, you're not really drafting anybody else from this team unless you're taking a shot on Sam Laporta.
Let me ask you this, Ray. Would you go Jahmyr Gibbs or Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones.
Okay. So then he's basically at that tier, right? Because after that, it's Joe Mixon, and then it's J.K. Dobbins, Damian Pierce. So that's where you basically flip flop Aaron Jones and Jahmyr Gibbs.
I would take Aaron Jones, and then everybody else you mentioned, I would take Jahmyr Gibbs over them.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. Fair enough. Just so you guys know, on the whole Sam Laporta thing, rookie tight ends don't typically pan out. So go into that with the information and use it as you will, per se. Some people are still going to call me stupid on TikTok because it's just what happens. But rookie tight ends, look at the historical data. Very few of them actually pan out. Up next,
his hype train though. His hype train is through the roof.
It has taken off. He's on one of those Tokyo bullet trains, dude.
Everybody's talking about him, and I'm like, I wonder if maybe there might be something there. It's definitely got me looking like back end of the draft. Last pick of the draft, if he's there, might as well take.
If you punted on tight end, might as well.
Yeah, might as well.
You're streaming them anyways.
Yeah.
Streaming them anyways. Up next, we have the Minnesota Vikings. Their win total is set to 8.5. Pretty sure everyone knows where I'm going with my value pick on this team. So I'll let you guys start.
I have the over, by the way. I think they win. I think they repeat and win the division again. This team last year exceeded expectations by a mile, but made good moves last season and the following offseason. They made a big trade in the season, acquiring TJ Hawkinson, who panned out well for them. They also spent their first round pick on Jordan Addison, who will potentially fill in the role for Adam Thielen since he left to Carolina. The obvious value pick for me is Alexander Mattison. I think he's going a little later. I think he's going to move up in the draft boards as time goes on, but where he's going right around that third, fourth round area, the value pick, it's perfect. Another value pick for me is KJ Osborne. I get they drafted Jordan Addison. I think he will be a great wide receiver too, but rookie wide receivers don't light the world on fire right out of the gate. So it's very rare. And Osborne has familiarity with Kirk Cousins, and he's going at pick 1. I think it's what I have 182 here, which is the 15th round. So getting someone in the realm of 800 to 1,000 yards that late is a steal, in my opinion.
Yep. And listen, as far as Jordan Addison goes, if you think that he's going to be another Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, by all means, draft him where you want to. But those rookie seasons they don't happen very often. I know we've been seeing a lot of good players come through. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Like, yeah, that's 4. That's a lot, but I don't think that his player profile type, I don't think is there to set up that. Those guys went as number 1s on their team too. He's going to be at best the number 2. You know what I mean? So yeah, I like him, especially Dynasty. I would take him and just hold on for the ride.
We've touched on it a couple times before, like these receivers that are getting drafted super early in the first round, they haven't been missing a lot. And I know that, Jordan Addison doesn't come off the page. It's like, he's not going to be the number 1. Absolutely not. But I think that he could have some viability, and especially at the back end of the draft. Where is he going? Even like he's going pick 90, 95 or something like that.
He's going pick 83. So Treylon Burks, Jackson Smith and Jigba are ahead of him, along with George Pickens and Deontay Johnson.
Let me ask you this, Ray.
I'd take all of them.
I'm looking at some best ball ranking stuff right now. Would you rather have him or him being Jordan Addison or Jahan Dotson?
Jordan Addison, because I don't like what they're doing at quarterback and for the Commanders.
Kadarius Toney or Jordan Addison?
Kadarius Toney only because of the open dream.
Brandon Ayuk or Jordan Addison?
What is this? Are you guys? You're not even.
I know. I like Ayuk way more by a landslide.
This is crazy. Brandon Ayuk, damn it.
Okay. Deontay Johnson or Jordan Addison?
I still really believe in Deontay. We're not getting to a name. You're gonna have to drop further. We're not there yet.
All right. That's kind of around that range of where he's going.
Yeah, then I'm not going to take a shot, but I could see him falling because of all those names. I'm taking all those names before Jordan Addison, but that means he'll be there next round, right? Maybe he falls a little more in the draft. Maybe he goes around 90, 95. Then I'm kind of comfortable. Maybe. But not even George Pickens. I'm really high on George Pickens too. I don't know. I'm just really high on these guys. Maybe I'm high. Maybe that's what it is.
Everybody just wants the new hotness.
That is true. I mean, I guess if you cash in and he hits, then you're good to go.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take, once again, a more known commodity over a rookie wide receiver who's going to be the number 2 and doesn't profile like the other guys did coming out of college. So
the only name that I would throw in there that is the outlier to that is JSN. That's it. Because he does profile to be a number 1 somewhere.
Yeah.
And I want to see if maybe, Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave and every other person that's ever played with the guy is telling the truth. I want some of that on my roster.
Yep. Hey, Aaron.
Yes.
How well does Kirk Cousins do this year?
He'll finish as quarterback 11.
All right.
6-point passing touchdown format.
Okay. You know who's going ahead of him now?
Please tell me Jared Goff.
No, it's Anthony Richardson.
Oh Jesus! Really? One spot? Is he going 10?
Yes, he's going 105, and Kirk Cousins is at 110.
Hey, I mean, Anthony Richardson has some great rushing upside, but I just think Justin Jefferson will get it done, as you just mentioned. KJ Osborne being anywhere from an 800 to 1,000-yard receiver. Jordan Addison, rookie season realistically for Jordan Addison, anywhere from 50 to 75 receptions, from 600 to 750 yards and 4 touchdowns is a good rookie season.
It's a great rookie season.
It's a great rookie season.
Yeah.
And then I'm not on the train as much as you guys are, but with TJ Hawkinson, if he is what you guys think he's going to be, there's only one quarterback for all of these people. Only, you know what I mean? One person distributing all of this. So this is why Kirk Cousins is my value. He will finish as a back end QB1, high end QB2, so 14 or higher, and be a value pick because he's going like quarterback 15 off the board.
Like 14, yeah, something like
14, 15. So he'll finish at least where you're drafting him at. Who's to say that you don't go get a Justin Fields or a Jalen Hurts or an Anthony Richardson, and then later in your draft in the 12th, 13th round, you drafted Kirk Cousins just as a safety net? No, shaking your head on that one, Brendan?
Last season made me want to have a safety net. It definitely did. Russell Wilson scared me into wanting to have a safety net quarterback. He scared me. He set me straight.
Yeah, he did. He makes you think real twice about taking those old age quarterbacks. Like, they still got a little more juice. They got a little bit of juice left.
Yeah, and then for me, the overdrafted, however you want to look at it, TJ Hawkinson. I think he's being drafted too high in the middle of the 4th round.
41. 41 overall.
I think that's way too high.
Okay.
We've already discussed this. I have him at tight end 6. He's being drafted as tight end 3.
I have him at tight end 3.
Yeah.
I think I'm at 3. Yes.
Yeah. We do have a beer bet, Ray.
We do have a beer bet, and we're gonna have me drinking a bunch of beers this season. Let me tell you.
No, we're not.
Sober as a bird.
We're not. Yep. You're not winning nothing. But anyways, that should be it for the NFC North. Real quick off the top, division winners. So you got winning the division, Ray.
The Lions.
Brennan.
Vikings.
I'm gonna side with Ray on this one.
I was hoping you were saying nobody. The Packers are.
I'm a real fan.
No, I'm a real fan, but I also have a brain in my head, and I don't just blindly follow things.
Matt Jenkins doesn't believe you.
Oh man, I know I don't know anything about football, considering OBJ busted that year in Cleveland that he said that. So, anyways, that's neither here nor there. Matt Jenkins, please be sure to leave a comment, subscribe, like the video. Everyone else, do the same thing. But until next time, guys, we will see you later.